In a quiet village surrounded by fields and dusty roads lived Rahan, a boy with big dreams and very little money. His father worked as a rickshaw pulled in the nearby town and his mother stitched clothes at home. They earned enough to buy food but nothing more. Yet every time Rahan talked about his dream, his parents looked at him with hope instead of fear. Rahan would say, "One day I will become a doctor," and his father would smile and reply, "Inshallah, you will just keep studying." Rahan studied in a government school where classrooms had broken benches, torn blackboards, and too many students. While other kids were busy playing, Rahan spent most of his time helping his father after school, pushing the rickshaw uphill, holding the umbrella when it rained, or carrying bags for passengers. At night, when the electricity went off, he studied under a small kerosene lamp. His mother would sit beside him and stitch clothes silently so he wouldn't feel alone. Many times neighbors laughed at them. "Doctor, with this income, impossible." But his parents never stopped believing. His father would say, "We are poor, but our dreams are not." When Rahan was in class 8, his school arranged a free medical camp. A young doctor visited the village. Rahan watched him treat children, advise mothers, and give medicines. For the first time, Rahan saw what being a doctor truly meant. He walked up to the doctor and asked, "Sir, can someone like me become a doctor?" The doctor looked at him and said something Rahan never forgot. "To become a doctor, you don't need money first. You need determination first." That one sentence became the fuel of his life. Rahan completed his SSE with one of the highest results in the district. His teachers clapped. His parents cried. But the real battle started when he needed admission coaching for medical entrance exams. The fees were too high. Rahan worked part-time, tutoring kids, helping in a small pharmacy, delivering groceries, anything he could do. Sometimes he came home at midnight exhausted and hungry. His mother would quietly place food in front of him and say, "Eat, my son. Your dreams need strength." There were days he thought of giving up. Days when he cried in silence. Days when he looked at other students with rich families, expensive books, and private tutors and felt small. But every time he felt weak, he remembered the village doctor's words and his father's tired face pulling the rickshaw. And he kept going. The medical entrance exam was the toughest day of his life. He didn't have a calculator watch. He didn't have fancy pens. He didn't even have the newest books. But he had something stronger. Years of effort and sacrifice. When the results came out, Rahan couldn't open the website. His hands were shaking. His friend checked for him and shouted, "Rahan, you got in. You got into medical college." Rahan fell to his knees and cried. His father hugged him tightly, saying, "You did it, my son. You proved everyone wrong." Medical college was another challenge. Books were expensive and hostel fees were high. Rahan took educational loans, continued tutoring, and studied day and night. While others slept, he memorized anatomy names. While others relaxed, he practiced in the hospital wards. There were days he couldn't afford proper meals. Days he stitched his torn shoes to avoid buying new ones. Some seniors made fun of his simple clothes, his old bag, and his village accent. But Rahan didn't fall. He had climbed too far to look back. His professors noticed his commitment. One of them said, "Students like you become the best doctors because you know what struggle feels like." Years passed. Rahan graduated with honors and finally received his white coat and stethoscope. The same boy who once studied under a dim kerosene lamp now walked confidently through the hospitals as Dr. Rahan Ahmed. On the day of his first appointment as a doctor, he took his parents to the hospital where he worked. He placed his stethoscope around his father's neck and said, "Baba, this belongs to you. You pulled a rickshaw so I could rise." His mother wiped her tears and whispered, "Our poverty never defeated us. You turned it into power." Rahan's story teaches us your background doesn't define your future. Hard work beats wealth when determination is strong. Parent support can turn an impossible dream into reality. Struggle doesn't break you. It builds you. Rahan became a doctor not because he had money but because he had courage, discipline, and a family who believed in him when no one else did. So if life feels heavy today, remember the climb is hard but the view from the top is worth every step. Continue believing in yourself.